Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here, coming at you from the Knifecenter. And today we're taking a look at a hard-working folder from Ontario Knife Company. It's called the Cerberus, and it comes to the table with great materials, rock-solid construction, and a great price. Let's check it out. In my opinion, the shape of this blade is just about perfect. As far as drop points go, the lines on this one are proportioned perfectly. What's nice also is that we've got a full flat grind and a sharpened edge, almost 3 3/4 of an inch worth, that comes all the way back to the heel. And we've even got a nice choil here that's going to keep things easy to sharpen. The ramp has some wide jimping, and my thumb rests very naturally here. Creates a very nice place to index the knife. We've also got some jimping on the front of the ramp as well, which is a little bit different. It works well when you're using your index finger in sort of a draw cut, or even in a reverse paring type of grip where you're choking up on the blade like so. We've got dual thumb studs to open the blade, and the action is nice and smooth. We don't get bearings with this pivot. They are nylon washers, but they still perform very well. You can even flick it open quite easily with your thumb. The handle itself is made of titanium, and it's quite large. I wear a size large work glove, and you can see that I've got a lot of extra room on here. This is going to be great for heavier jobs that require a full grip because you've got a lot of handle here to grab onto. Now the texture itself of the handle is smooth, but it's not slick. But even so, we've got some jimping along the back here, along the swell, that's going to keep your hand from slipping. There's even a little bit of recessed jimping on the back spacer itself, which is a solid piece of titanium. The nicest thing about these handles, though, is the contoured profile. These aren't just simple flat slabs that you can get on some other knives. And that rounded nature is a little more premium, and it goes a long way to elevating the feel and perception of the Cerberus. The Framelock itself is also nice and stout, and there's no blade play whatsoever on this knife. I would put this up against the lockup of any knife out there. We do get a hardened lock bar insert on this lock to increase the longevity, but you can't see any of it from the outside. It's only visible when you look inside the lock, and that goes a long way to keeping the lines nice and clean on this knife because there's less visual clutter up here by the pivot. The lock bar release is nice and easy too. With a scalloped cutout and more jimping for good purchase, it disengages very easily. Lastly, we get a very interesting folded pocket clip on the Cerberus. It is reversible. As you can see, we've got a cutout portion here, and it's attached with one single screw. But the interesting thing is how they've incorporated a lanyard attachment point sticking out here behind the pommel. What's interesting about that is it's not just different for the sake of being different. Because the hole itself is oriented in line with the handle as opposed to going through it, it should open up some different options for those of you who like to accessorize with clasps or lanyards. As soon as you pick up the Cerberus, you know that it's going to stand up to a ton of abuse. The feel in the hand inspires a lot of confidence, but the best part is the premium feel while using it and the knowledge that you didn't break the bank to acquire this knife. And if you want to get your hands on one, click the link in the description below to head over to knifecenter.com.